All right, welcome to the week. This week, we're talking all about budgets this week. Now, budgeting is one of the most important parts of project management. It's one of our triple constraints, right? There's scope, schedule, and budget. Why do you think budgeting is so important in managing a project? Great. So let me tell you about a situation. Can you imagine having a project where you don't have a budget, or at least you didn't do a very good job of defining the budget or what it was to be used for? I was on a project one time where the sponsor of the project had just given a dollar amount, right? They hadn't clearly defined the scope. They hadn't clearly defined the schedule. They just said, okay, here is X amount of dollars, and go ahead and spend it however you want. We had to have a budget because we had to have a known amount, I guess, that we could spend on. But nobody was reporting against that, and there was nothing attached to that budget. And so then what happened, as you can imagine, in any situation where a schedule and a scope really hasn't been defined, and where just an amount has been put on it, that when it came time, well, about 8 months later, when nothing was really delivered and nothing had been on the timeline that the client had wanted, their immediate thought was, how come I spent this much money? I gave you this much money, and what do I have to show for it? It was a pretty nasty blow up. And so you can understand the importance of defining that budget and then clearly tying that to scope and schedule. So let's say you're about to do a project. How do you go about figuring out a budget? What's your go-to method? Okay, great. There's lots of different ways to go about estimating a budget for a project. One of them is to just guess. That's not the preferred method. Absolutely not. But there's lots of different inputs that you can have for a budget. Matter of fact, we're going to be reading about a lot of those this week. So hopefully you'll go through the reading and through the lynda.com course that I have for you. You're going to learn about all kinds of different ways. So the critical piece this week is to just make sure that you learn about how to budget and how to estimate these budgets, and then set a baseline, set the amount that is expected, and then work towards it. So I do these videos for a couple of reasons. I've had a couple of people ask about why I do these, and the number one reason is because we're not in class. You don't get a chance to interact with me in a live environment, and I want you to feel like you know me. And that you get a chance to at least see my face, so when I see you around campus you can say hi. I also do this to add just a personal touch to the course, because I've had some real world experience in the topic that we're talking about, and if I can bring that to you just a little bit, then it might help you see the reason that we have these courses, or the reason that I have these videos. So that's it for this week. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. Text is the best way to do that, 801-884-9988. Thank you and have a great week.